while Mike's working on pulling up those slides, I just want to take a minute to let you guys know that Scouting for Food is going to look a lot different this year, just like everything else, right? 2020. But just a reminder to have patience and grace with it from start to finish. I know we all have our ideas and our opinions, but we're doing exactly what the council wants us to do. And I hope that you all can be on board with it. Matt's going to go into detail when he gets his slides up. And if you have any questions, we'll take them at the end. You guys can always email me. My email address is shannon.durbala@yahoo.com. I'll put it in the chat. It's first name dot last name at yahoo.com. And we'll answer your questions from now until November.
Here. So we all know Scouting for Food. We've done it before, and great news, we get to do it again, right? So this year we're going to do a new take on an old classic. It's kind of been our catchphrase out in the office, okay? So first of all, as always, I want to just say thank you everybody. As Shannon said, for your patience and your understanding. We're in a brand new world, right? Which means we got to attack this with brand new ideas and concepts. Also, I just want to say big thank you for your volunteer time as we try something new, and we're going to figure this out together. Okay, so I've used this cute analogy before. I love using it. I'm going to use it again. I want you to take everything you know about Scouting for Food. I want you to put it in the green compost bin, right? This isn't the blue recyclable. This isn't the gray trash bin. This is the green compost, okay? Because the idea is still the same, right? We are still going to provide a service, and we are still going to give food and donations to those who need it. The structure is going to grow anew from those old ideas. All right, so let's just hit. This is just the facts, okay? These are the things that are for certain. I will tell you, we are not going to print door hangers. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. We're not going to print door hangers, all right? I'll tell you another thing that we're going to do. Because we're not printing door hangers, that means we are not going to be doing anything on November 7th that facilitates an in-person activity. So we will not be going door to door and dropping any type of scouting agendas off on anybody's doorstep on November 7th, right? We will also not be collecting food from these doorsteps. So because we're not putting a flyer out, we're not going to be collecting food off these doorsteps. And I'll tell you one thing, I think, you know, you can interpret this however you want. We will not be collecting clothing this year. Past 2 years, we collected clothing. This year, we will not be collecting clothing. And there was a whole lot of no's in that slide. So let's switch over to some yeses, some positives, all right? So I'll tell you what we are going to be doing. We are still going to have a food only, no clothing, a food only drop-off location on November 14th. I'll give you the time later, all right? And it's going to be for the community, members of our community, people who live in Twin Valley, to drop their donations off at this location on November 14th, all righty? Now, in addition, for those who think, you know, maybe not that many people are gonna come and drop their food off, we are still offering a monetary virtual donation for the food bank. The food bank that Twin Valley will be helping is the Alameda County Community Food Bank, right? Now, how the heck are we going to get all this information out there, right? How are people supposed to know that they can drop food off on the 14th? And in addition, how are they going to know where to donate the money, right? Or donate the sites even. We are going to provide you with a PDF flyer for you to email, as well as we're going to give you social media content, right? So you can put it on Instagram, Twitter, Nextdoor. If there's a fourth one, Reddit, I don't know, whatever you want, right? We're going to give you all the information and these resources that you all can get it out there. And that's why we need your help in spreading the word. We've got plenty of contacts out of the council office, right? But what we don't have is a very strong network of social organizations that you all can provide as volunteers, right? So let me see if this is the next slide. Yeah, great. We're gonna go over tips for success. So for instance, how the heck are we, or you all, as volunteers, we as a district, going to get the word out about this? Well, we got to share this flyer, and we got to share it more than once. We cannot just send an email, send a blanket email, and hope, cross our fingers and pray that it's going to work. Let me tell you, we send out a lot of emails out of the council office. How many of you actually read them all the way through? right? I can only see 2 screens on my screen, so I'm getting maybe 1.5 hands. We need to send this bad boy out more than once. We're suggesting at least 7 days prior to the event, and then possibly even every day leading up to it, right? Now, who are we sending this flyer to? Because we're not asking for our parents to donate this money and these food. Now, of course, you can if you want to, right? But Scouting for Food has always been about engaging the community to benefit the community. So, therefore, an easy target that you all can ask is your charter org representative, right? Can they put it in their church bulletin? Can they put it on their social media accounts? Can they put it on their websites? And of course, don't just send the email and then hope it works, right? Keep a tracker. Do they actually put it on there? Do you need to ping them again? Do you need to bug them again, right? We want to make sure that everybody gets this. Now, we don't need to stay so internal to the charter org reps. We don't need to stay internal to our scouting families. We need to think about the larger community. Do we have kids that are in Little League right now? Do we have kids that are in soccer? Are there chess groups? You already got Kumon, right? Any play group, any type of organization that your kid might belong to. Who can we send this flyer out to and get the word out, right? Because I think everybody can understand, right? When this pandemic started, there was probably a couple people that bought a pallet worth of tuna, and maybe they want to get rid of some of that tuna that they have in their garage. This is a great opportunity to share this with every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there that may want to participate. So, furthermore, we can build a campaign, right? So once again, this gets back to the idea of like, we're not just putting this on social media once. We're not just sending this email out once. We can do many different opportunities. You can share a fun fact every day from the 7th to the 14th. Well, it's not a fun fact because it's about hunger, right? So you could share a fact about hunger and how COVID has increased the need for food almost 9 times in the Bay Area alone. That's a fact that you can put on your Monday newsletter, and you can adapt that fact every day, right? Something that we found very effective, especially in our popcorn sales, is to have a scout in uniform talking about how they believe their community is being impacted by certain activities, one of them being hunger, right? So that's also a great segue and an opportunity for me to talk about service hour ideas, right? Another big question that we've been getting is, how the heck are we supposed to earn service hours while this goes on? So scouts can make signs for their own neighborhood. You can make yard signs. You can make signs that go on telephone poles. You could ask your churches if you can put signs in their areas as well. Scouts can stand on the street corners that have the high traffic areas that are near the drop-off sites with these additional signs, right? They can have giant QR codes on them. So if people are driving by, walking by, they can snap a picture and donate later, or they can see the sign, go home, get that food, and come right back over. Now, scouts can also go to local businesses that are open, and they can ask to put the flyer in their window. Any local boutique shop, right, that's still open, coffee shops, Starbucks, Pete's, I don't care which coffee you like, I don't drink coffee. So therefore, whatever organization that you think will take our flyer, please send it in. And of course, in addition to those other local organizations, right, if there are churches or additional orgs that are accepting food in your area, for instance, I know there's a St. Vincent de Paul, there's a handful of churches in our chartered orgs that are also accepting food right now. We do not want to discriminate on who is getting the food. The point is we are trying to help the community. Therefore, right, if you do donate food and if you do use our flyers to share the idea to share food with other local organizations, please do, and let me know how many cans you bring in, because we always want to know how we can make our processes more effective. Now, I'm going to slip right over that slide. I did it on purpose, okay? Our drop-off sites, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., November 14th. We've got one in Dublin. We've got one in Livermore. Both of these are meeting spaces for our scouts. The Livermore Pleasanton Elks Lodge is a charter partner, and they've been one of our charter partners for a very long time. They charter 4 separate units in Twin Valley, so we're very thankful to have them. The Dublin San Ramon Services District also is a meeting space for one of our troops, so we're very thankful that both of these are going to provide us that space. Now, how the heck are you supposed to get all this info, right? We talked about a flyer, we talked about resources. I also didn't mention we have a FAQ sheet, so there's going to be more information on why the council is taking the approach this year and the reasons and the benefits and why we think this is still going to help our community and still promote a good scouting for food opportunity, right? So I'm going to send this link out. So that's where you're going to get our flyer. That's where you're going to get that FAQ sheet. It's where you're going to get additional resources if your scouts wanted to make those videos. And oh, it's also going to show our community partners, including Alameda County Industries, who made a very generous donation, as well as all of our different food banks and how you can monetarily donate money to those food banks. So thanks, everybody.